Okay, so I'm doing the night reading. I'm getting it done a little later. Sorry. It's not too late, but maybe you guys will get it before bedtime. And I'm freaking out right now because I just posted about it. I was just speaking to my girlfriend Erica about something. She's a writer and she's just wrapping up this book, and she's, it's about, I can't tell you what it's about, but it's special, and she's excited about going to this town that's going to be done up like Harry Potter. And she said owls will be there. And it was a quick answer to a question that I had literally just asked Spirit about something that was rolling around in my head. And as soon as she said that, I said, thank you for being the messenger, because the owl says, see past the illusion, right? I'd already been there before. So basically that's what Spirit was, I was getting. And she started to talk and about something else, and we were kind of going back and forth. And then I saw a shadow fly by my window. And I thought maybe it was a crow or one of the California condors. I wasn't sure. They fly really low, and I'm up really high in this tower. And I was listening to a video on my stinking cell phone, so I didn't unplug my phone when I went out, and I should have, and I will from now on. But I went and I peeked over in the corner, and there, sitting on the corner of my roof, was the great horned owl. I almost flipping lost my shit. I've got to tell you, the great horned owl she's mine. That's my owl totem. And she is sister to the red-tailed hawk, who was the raptor that awoken me 10 years ago when I reawakened, was the red hawk. One hunts during the day, one hawk, I can't even talk, hunts at night. I'm just sitting, she was sitting there looking at me, and I'm flipping out. Her giant eyes and her horns. And I tried to get a little video of her, but I was so excited to see her that I spooked her. And she took off, and I'm like, please don't leave, please don't leave. But she was a reminder to see past the illusions. And so the great horned owl, I gave the link, but I don't know how many people will take the time to look up the link. But the great horned owl is about timing, and she is the extractor of secrets. Her element is water, and it's clairaudience, and she is the seer into the shadow self. She's about feminine power. She's about protection of the unseen, sensuality, you being able to hear without words being spoken, which is what I heard in my head. My twin was talking to me in my meditation just before this. It talks about new cycles, definitely extractor of secrets. But the totem sister to the red tail is what I just think is hysterical. And the owl's eyes, they're so huge. Owls have the keenest vision, amongst the keenest vision in the animal world. But the great horned owl, her eyes are almost the size of ours. They're huge, and she's only 2 feet tall. And remember, we were talking earlier when I did the reading with this deck, in the weekly reading, it talked about the veils that were parting, right? Well, the owl vision, she has the reputation of being able to pierce beyond that veil that separates this physical world from the spirit world. She's able to see through the darkness, see through the, when people aren't telling you something, or when they aren't even speaking, you can hear them. I can hear my twin when he doesn't even speak to me. He speaks to me, I hear him in my head. And I can hear Spirit talking to me. And the fact that she freaking showed up, because I called upon her wisdom. And right before, when I was rolling around something in my head, I heard in my head, no, don't go there. You've done this before. Don't get lost in the mirrors. They're just mirrors. People bring me situations, and they're mirroring identically what's going on in my life, and I have to be careful not to get caught in the mirror. It's just a message. But the fact that I work with the owl and the red hawk, I work with all of these totems so closely that the mirrors are almost identical. So it would fool a normal person into believing that they were seeing what they were seeing in the mirror was the reality, but it's actually a message. It's a mirror reflection of something. So she had to literally show up there, and it's just amazing to me. It's amazing to me. So please, also the owl, what she does with her information, it depends on the kind of totems that work with her. So one of them, the great horn, if it's working with the lynx is the secret keeper, right? And everything will be kept quiet. But if they're working with the Black Panther, which is my totem as well, I work with them both. My twin works with the lynx more, and I work with the Black Panther. And my information is supposed to be directly spoken to the individual involved. And then it's learned. It's used to give lessons to others. So my job is working as the Panther with the owl, whereas my twin works more in secret and quiet. He's the one that works for the lynx. So he's the one that's quiet. I'm the one that's out there, right? It's the yin and the yang thing, right? We know about confidences. We are able to keep confidences. If we're asked to keep confidences, we absolutely do. But we want to share. They didn't name me Sherri for no reason at all, right? We want to share. That's what we are. That's our nature. We can't resist knowing others, because I feel like it's information that's meant to be shared to the ones that it can help them with, right? So we have to be careful though, because some of the things I get are only meant to be shared with the one that I've unmasked, right? Like I've figured something out and I'm not supposed to share that with other people. So you got to be careful with that. The owl and the hawk both are considered, they enjoy a relationship. They're guided, right? Together. They're a team. They're absolutely a team. So the hawk is with the sun god Apollo ruling the day, and the owl works with the moon goddess Artemis. That's me. I'm just like, I can't get over this. I mean, look at my banner pictures. I have seen Artemis. I've seen her arrows and her bows when I was in Sedona. I'm totally connected to Artemis. And I just said the other day, I want to get an Artemis statue, because that's who I am. And my son is my twin, the one that works with Apollo. I mean, like, it's so amazing to me. It's just amazing to me. So the owls, they're nocturnal, and I'm up at night. I work at night, and the hawks, are working during the day. And that's what I do both. So that's why I say to you guys, I work 24/7. I freaking do. It's amazing. So I know that I'm looking at this, but I'm telling you this story. But the hawk keeps the boundaries clear, right? It scares off the trespassers. And then when the hawk goes to sleep, they turn it over to the owl, and the owl begins its night duties. It's like they work together in tandem, right? But they never seem to be closely connected at the same time, which is my twin and I. We're like dark and light. It's annoying, one's awake and one's asleep. So the great horned owl, basically, I know I'm all over the place right now. I'm just sitting here. I'm in shock. I mean, I got to tell you, my girlfriend, she goes, "What? Is it unusual to see an owl hunting at, at dusk? Like, it's not a big deal," because she's probably seen a million. I have seen a pair of owls here, only one pair, and I lost it. I literally lost it when I saw them, and I didn't get that close. This one came to me when I called upon it. It came right to me. So the red-tailed hawk, she talks about the kundalini, that it's awakening, the powerful energy that flows through, right? It's a sexual energy. So that's what's going on. It's like the kundalini is awakened. My twin and I are like, our kundalini is absolutely awakened, both of them. That's why I'm hearing him. I literally heard him. He gave me a sentence just before I started talking to my twin. It was to my twin, to my friend. And it's funny because she represents him to me in a lot of ways. Wow. So the horned owl, the kundalini in the horned owl is not as awakened as the red hawk, which is me. Mine is more awakened, but the owl has this deep sensuality, and the need to find expression. So the great horned owl represents my twin more than I am, right? And if the sensuality has been repressed because of whatever they grew up with, then they will have a difficult time expressing themselves in other areas of their life. And so if those blocks can be removed, then they will be able to step into this light of self-acceptance and personal freedom, and they go to the greatest heights that have been lying dormant. That's my twin has got such gifts, and they're just wanting to just blow apart. There's so much. I wish you guys would go to my post. I sent it on both pages, and there's a link. You need to go. I can't talk about it anymore. I'm gonna lose it. I'm just like, oh my god. So we're gonna go to the reading for this, and tonight it's from my new deck, the Nature Speak, and Pine. And funny, the first one it's talking about is balancing your emotions, because I am having a difficult time doing that right now. Balancing my emotions. I'm so excited I can't even stand it. So what it is, and the reason I go into the mountains is because of these trees. I told you guys trees are a huge thing to me, right? What I saw right before I came out of my meditation was my twin and I dancing, and we were trees, back to back, arms wrapped around one another, like we had each other's back, and we were dancing. And I said, we're moving in harmony. And he said something to me. He wanted me to know something. I won't tell you, but he admitted something to me, and I said, I already know. But it's the trees and the evergreens. They bring peace and they bring calm, and they're relaxing. That's why I go to the trees. They're calming to the emotions. They provide protection. They help you with issues of guilt. and the message of the pine that's talking about the balancing of the emotions that's going on right now is they're saying that the emotional things that you've been dealing with, the stresses that have been happening, will be easing very soon. As long as you follow your path, as long as you stay in your integrity and keep doing what you know is right for you, no matter what other people think. It's about what you're doing for yourself. Everything will work out for the best if you've got to follow your path. And they're showing you that decisions that you have tried to make in the past that may have been difficult, you know what? Decisions and choices now, they're going to be easier to make now. And there will be less emotion involved. You won't be overweighed with the emotion that perhaps maybe people have guilted you with before. And the ones that have tried to manipulate you or pressure you will be in less of a position of authority. They won't be able to influence you like they have been influencing you, because you are now stronger. You're not going to give in to the guilt that they have been putting on you. And it's going to become easier and easier. Every time that this comes about, it's going to become easier and easier for you to resist. And look at the message that they just gave me. Nothing can stop you now. I choose little markers as I go along, and Spirit knows what they're doing. That's how connected I am. I can't even freaking stand it. Look at my selenite tower. My selenite tower is about clearing your energy, and it's holding up ice and frost. So static conditions, ice and frost. Well, when you think about ice and frost, to me, that is frozen emotion, right? So static conditions. So what's going on right now? Are things starting to thaw out? I know that I'm just I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I freaking can't stand it. I am. I don't know how many of you have seen an owl up close. My girlfriend did the other day, and it was a great horned owl too. And I would have been screaming. And see, that's what I did. I got so excited. I said, "Oh my God, hello!" And then it scared it. But what they're showing here are the things and events that are frozen. Whatever's frozen, it's temporary. But don't go into new areas maybe at this time. If you're trying to overstep any area of your life, you're gonna slip. So it kind of reminds me of when I was in Sedona the last time. It was snowing and I was having so much fun and the roads were all shut down, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna pull off the side of the road and I'm gonna go play. And I went to go stand up on top of this box to get a better picture to videotape, and it was high and I slipped on my ass. and the message to me right at that moment was, Sherri can't climb every mountain. Okay, sometimes you have to allow yourself to flow like water around the mountain, or like we were shown with the ostrich, allow the mountain to come to you. Muhammad doesn't go to the mountain comes to Muhammad. That's what I just heard. So be patient, they're saying. And if there's no movements right now, it's because there are other events or things that need to unfold that are in our highest good, right? So, and acting before things are ready will cause us possibly to lose an opportunity. The ice is going to melt. My twin is a silver wolf. That's one of his beautiful totems. And one of the pictures, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's this beautiful silver wolf, and it's got a little bit of snow on its nose. And I said, "Oh, I'm sad to see that the snow is still on you, on your nose." And he said, "I'm trying to warm to the touch." So it will melt. Look at my fingernails. I feel like the girl in Frozen. They're sparkly ice. Oh my God, I'm laughing. Okay, ferns. New wonders. So, oh, I love ferns. Remember when I went up on my quest to, where did I go the first time? I went to the giant sequoias, and I said to you guys, I needed to go somewhere where there were trees and ferns. I was in search of ferns. That's what I wanted. So ferns, they come in a lot of varieties. I found there's little ones like that, and then there's ones that get really, really tall, and then you've got the ones in the house. There's so many different kinds of ferns. And they're found most often in forests. That's why I needed to go to the forest. And they speak about the doorways between worlds. Remember I told you guys yesterday or in the weekly reading about the hallways? About the hallways. That's passing between the veil, between worlds. So that's where the ferns are. They're found in the hallways and the doorways as well. That's where you find the fairy people. That's why I saw Artemis's bow when I was in the wash in Sedona, down where the ferns are. I've got pictures. I can prove it to you guys. It's amazing. It'll blow your freaking mind when you see it. So they're telling you, just like we got in our weekly reading, there are new wonders that are opening, and they want you to trust in what you're seeing and what you're hearing and what you're feeling. Oh my God, I mean, what I was hearing, right? And what I was thinking about. And then the owl showed up. Yes, if you can't get any more of a messenger to show up to say that you can trust what you're getting, oh my good Lord. Oh my good Lord. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. So they're telling you that your senses, your physical ones and your psychic ones are more perceptive now than they ever have been before. Mine are on freaking fire. You know, and you know, when you were a little kid, you believed anything could happen. There was possibility for anything, and nothing could stop you. You know, I'm thinking about my girlfriend Erica. She makes a dream board every year on New Year's. I have a dream board that sits in front of me, and it's beautiful. It's covered with my twin and everything I want. It's in front of me. But she makes a dream board with the intention of everything she wishes to accomplish by year's end. She's already done it. She's already done it. And she goes, I don't know if I should wait till New Year's to start a new one, or if I should just do a 3-month one to see what I could get by the end of the year. And I said, do it. She is a mad manifester, but you do it by putting your intention in there. I put this in and I'm like, yeah, I really want this, you know, but I didn't really believe that I could get it. And now I'm believing that I can get it. I believe that I can get it. So have that childlike innocence, that childlike belief that anything is possible, because it is. It is. Believe in magic. Children believe in magic, and it happens. Keep your heart open. And your belief that the magic that was there when you were little will be brought back into your life, because it will. It will. I mean, Erica, it happened. I watch her all the time. And it happens. And I'm like, you know what? And as she was talking to me about it, I said to myself, I was like, wah. I said to myself, how come it worked for her? I'm sitting here looking at my beautiful dream board, and it hasn't happened for me. And then in the back of my head, I heard, well, it's not time yet for you. Spirit knows when it's time for you. You know, and then I thought, maybe that's not what it is, because we create our reality. So maybe her dream board happened because it's about things that she wished to accomplish. But what I'm wishing to accomplish involves my twin. So he's involved in that, right? So I have to be a little bit more patient and recognize that, yes, this is something that I will accomplish, and it is happening, but I have to also recognize that it has to do with what's going on in his life, right? And I have to allow the winter snow to melt. And even though he's been trying to melt it for a while, he's still got it there. So here, what do we get? Be still and go within. Okay. I did pull these cards before I had my meditation, so I will have to, you know, give a little bit of credit to the messages that are here for that, because I've already done this. I did get still and go within, and I did hear him. So what they're talking about is the seasons, you know, and every season has its own magic. And winter is about slowing down, hibernating, right? The bears go in. It's a time when you get on your snuggly leggings. My girlfriend just sent me these awesome snuggly leggings, and I'm wearing them. It's a time when you wear your long sleeve shirts and your snuggly wugs, right? It's about, you know, things slowing down, and, you know, the outdoor activities are not as in full force, right? Unless you're going to start skiing, then it gets better. Stressful times, time-consuming things. I don't know. Things slow down more in winter. So they're telling you to go into your man den, go into the man cave, or go into the woman's den, and focus on what you need to strengthen, heal, and protect yourself at this time. That's what I did. I went into my meditation and I talked. And you know what's interesting is my cat woke me up 3 times in my meditation, because I go into kind of like a slumber meditation. It's odd. It's almost like a quasi nap. It's not like I'm out, but I'm in between worlds. That's where I'm at, actually. I'm in the hallway. And she woke me up, and every time she woke me up, there was a message that I needed to get. I was getting messages from a friend, Doug, and he was giving me all these synchronistic messages that were just blowing my mind. And I needed those messages at that time, because I needed to have a connection with him at that moment. And Lily kept waking me up. Go listen to this. Go listen to this. So they're telling you, allow your dreams to come to you, and you'll be able to make them into the reality in the months ahead. And I bloody am. I said, when I looked at my vision board, I looked back at my vision board, and I said, I will make that happen by the end of the year. I wanted it to be done by the end of October, because by the end of October, that's our 20-year anniversary. And I wanted to be with my twin on my 20th anniversary. And you know, I'm looking at right here. Look who's there. The great horned owl. And you know who gave me that? Erica, my girlfriend that I was talking to. Oh my God. I got another message. All right. People can feel whole when they are in your presence. Oh, they gave me another one. Take time to be still. How else can you receive? So to me, that's a message about being receptive. It's about staying in a position of receptivity. The owl came to me, right? He flew to me. He came right to my roof. I just had to ask for him to come, and he came. Come to me, babe. And he showed up, and he was beautiful. And our last message is garden. Time for nurturing. So you go into your garden. What do you have to do in your garden? I went out on my patio today. It was super windy, super windy. And all of my plants that I had just watered had dried out. Everything had dried out. And I'm like, oh my God. So I went and I found a little plant on the side, and it had dried up. And I thought, that's not good, you know? So gardens that's what we get grounded. It's a way we create. We get our hands into the soil. We nurture, right? We help things to grow. We trim them. We feed the soil. We feed the plants. We stake them up. We work on that. And when you plant a garden, that's magic. Because remember, I keep thinking about those little plastic cups that we would get, and we were in, I don't know what grade I was in, little. And they gave us a seed. We each got one seed, and we put it in the soil, and we were supposed to watch it grow. And it would drive me mental, waiting for that to grow. I'm still the same. I'm like, grow already. And somebody said that to me. Oh, one of my friends from Sturgeon Bay, she's pregnant. She announced her pregnancy, and she'd lost a couple babies. And so she didn't want to say anything, but now she said, it looks like we're doing okay, and grow, baby, grow. And I said, that baby's going to be fine. Grow, baby, grow. And I'm saying that with our relationship, my twin and I. Grow, baby, grow. I want it to grow. I want it to come. But you can't pull the little root up. You pull out of the soil, right? You've got to let it pull its little head above the dirt, right? So they're telling you as the seeds transform and they take root and they grow, there's going to be movement. And in different areas of our life. And the seeds that we've planted, seeds of information, seeds of love, seeds of whatever the seeds. Remember the cattail who was throwing her seeds all around and going to be flung to the far-flung corners of the world. You have no idea how far those seeds would go. And they're telling you that these seeds are going to start growing in other areas of your life. So right now it's about nurturing ourselves and our creative endeavors. Don't ignore the things that cause us joy. Like that owl sitting on my roof. Oh my God. Like being outside in nature, right? They're saying take time for yourself and the gardens and the garden that you are, because we have to nurture ourselves to grow. Grow, baby, grow. That's me. All the 3 years that my twin and I have been apart, we've been growing. We've been like in an incubator for 3 years. Grow, baby, grow. We're ready for a new birth. This is it. Come on, this is it. It's about stimulating ourselves and the growth and the energy all around us. That's what we want. We want to heat it up, right, in our garden. I'm going to ask for another one because it isn't fair that I had picked these out before I had my nap. So hold on. Yay! Confirmation. This was in our weekly reading, Love and Healing. And look, they're twin roses and they have dew. So it's fresh and dew and there's healing in an area of your love life. I mean, think about it. The rose, the color of the rose is passion, right? The image for love, passion, healing. Very sacred. So this is self-love. This is familial love. This is whatever love, whoever it is around you. It indicates the opening of the heart and the ability to touch the hearts of others, right? This gives us the ability to express our love. I just keep thinking there's healing. There's healing in this love. There's healing. It's saying, trust in the power of love, because love heals everything, right? Fear, anger, and it's giving us the opportunity to heal in areas of our life that have been hurting. There's areas that are healing now. They're at hand, especially since we just got this last night. We're getting it again. Of all the cards for me to choose, I got it again. So there's a healing with the ones in our life and within our family, and there's new love and new healing and new passion, and they're right here at hand for us right now. One more. Harvest and sow. Yay! Autumn. Okay. Well, we just had the harvest moon, didn't we? Harvest. Well, I mean, there's not much to, think about there. I mean, it's harvest time. Oh, harvest and sow. So you will harvest what you have sown. You will harvest. It's here. Look at the color of the leaves. It's not quite yet, right? Not here anyway. Maybe in the other, maybe in some of the other states. We've got, like when I was up in the trees up there, they weren't, they weren't dropping too many leaves when I was up there. They weren't that color yet, but it's almost. And in other areas of the world, other areas even of the states, there are trees that are starting to lose their leaves, but it's usually the end of October that the trees are in full color and bloom, and maybe if there's rains, they'll lose them, before the end of October. Maybe sometimes it goes into, what is it? What's the next month? November? Please don't go into November, Spirit. I'm asking you not to go into November. Please don't take that long. Okay, so what does Spirit want us to know about harvest? Look at me. I'm just like, oh, wow, you guys. Oh, I gotta take a breath. I gotta take a breath. Okay, so the seeds that we harvested, are not harvested, the planted last year, they're gonna be harvesting now. So now's the time to prepare, right? If we're not, we got the, what was it, the tomatoes that were ripe, ready for the picking, right? So now's the time to prepare for our future. What you've done in the past that worked for you will continue to work. And you can build upon that. And the things that didn't work, they're not going to work now, and they didn't work then, and they're not going to work in the future or any other area. So don't what is it? If you what is it my mom used to say? If you keep doing the same thing again and again, you're going to get the same result. You know, what's the definition of insanity? You know, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So if you want to make a new beginning, you need to sow seeds now. Try a new beginning. Try something different. Begin right now, so that winter comes, it won't kill the seeds. So I'm thinking about Erica starting that dream board. You know, she's got 3 months until the end of the year, so she's going to build a new dream board about what she wants to see happen by the end of the year. And I'm looking at my dream board, and I wonder if I should. I don't think there's anything I'm going to take off of it. There's nothing. Everything is on there that I see right now. I want to have by the end of the year. And I should be able to do it. I've got right now the Midas Touch. I see that right in front of me. And I got Instant Win, Start Fresh, Road to Adventure. Check it out. Start Fresh, Instant Win, Road to Adventure. Cabin in the Snow, right? This is still happening in some areas. Maybe I need to take that down because that was last year. But the bees have been coming into my house. Let it be. Let it happen, right? Let the experts handle the details. Well, I'm working with spirit, but that's there. Activate your within, your energy. Power of 2, play more. You got to play to manifest. A fence doesn't have to be a hurdle. Biggest breakthrough. I'm trying to back up so you don't see his face, like, because he's, you know, it's not fair for you to see his face. But dream boards, you guys. Dream boards are power. Power, power, power. All right. That's it, you guys. I'm going to let you go so I can upload this, get it online. Oh, God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited by the owl. I'm just, oh, my God. And the video is blurry, but his eyes were huge. They were huge. And they were the color of that. Oh, Lord. They looked like that. Wow. That's a message in itself. I know I'll hear messages after this. All right, you guys. Have a great night. Sweet dreams. Love you.